Good morning,
Good morning.
and happy Tuesday. It is Tech Talk Tuesday. I am your host, Tracy Kraushorn. This is Wayne Kraushorn.
Good morning. Good morning.
We are so happy to be here with you today. As always, we educate, and we're here to educate and support our business community with all things IT.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep.
How's it going?
It's going well. It's going well. Had a fun kind of a thing I've always wanted to do. Our oldest son is getting certified, so we did our first checkout dive in the Rainbow River, which is very cool. If you've never been, it's up near Dunellen, 100% spring-fed river, and it was a blast, and he loves it. So I have a little dive buddy.
Yes, you do. And now our youngest has the bug.
Yes, he does.
And now all we need is Mama to have the bug. And I don't know if that's going to happen. We'll see.
How about you? How are you doing?
Doing good. Just trying to keep it up with it all. That's all.
Good.
So you would think that we'd have 4 children with the amount of laundry that we have. So anyway, today we are doing technology true or false. We're bringing this back to you. I know we said we were going to talk about VoIP systems, but we had a conflict, and we had to reschedule that for next week. So we're bringing back to you technology true or false. So our first question, Wayne.
Yes.
Is the cloud completely secure from our cyber criminals?
Is it completely secure? So that would have to be a false. Though one could argue it's more than likely more secure than the PC that you're using right now. But it isn't completely. The reality of it is, the migration to the cloud, whether it's just data backup or it's virtual desktops or all the things, websites, everything's gone to the cloud. And so cyber criminals, they've had to catch up. A lot of the traditional methods of malware and email phishing obviously is not effective on the cloud. So, but they are catching up. Yeah. And, I saw an article just recently where this company was using bots to scour the cloud for digital access keys just to gain access. So it's, it is an ever-changing battle that we're constantly fighting with cyber criminals. And there are a lot of things that, I made the comment that they're probably more secure. Obviously cloud providers do all the things that they need to do. They put hardware and software firewalls. They make sure everything's updated and patched. A good cloud provider, and typically most of them do, everything will be encrypted, which that is a must. And secure, just so everybody is thinking, if you're thinking about going to the cloud, secure is not just cyber criminals. It's, we live in Florida. So if a data center, and there's one in Tampa, gets hit by a big tornado from a hurricane and it gets leveled, where's the data? So most cloud providers, not all, will have a redundant location, geographical location, where they back everything up. And if you're evaluating cloud providers, you want to make sure that they do that. So anyway, hopefully that answers the question.
Yeah. All right. So can you still be tracked on your GPS on your phone when it's turned off?
When the phone's turned off or the GPS is turned off?
Well, let's talk about both.
Okay, so if the GPS is turned off, the answer is yes. You can still be tracked. And because what happens, even with the GPS off, in order for a call to be routed to your cell phone, the system needs to know where you are. So your phone is constantly checking into towers so that when it gets a request to find the phone, it knows exactly where you're located. And that information is available. But now, if your phone is completely powered off, yeah, it becomes way harder. I would say it's probably not.
All right. So let's talk about USBs. True or false? You should always use the safely remove USB device physically from or when removing?
Yeah, use the function remove USB safely function that is included.
Yeah.
That's it's kind of a false. You don't have to. It never hurts to. You can always do it. But the reality of it is, unless your USB device is actively transmitting data, either you're accessing data off or you're saving to it, that is the only time that data can be compromised, when you remove it right in the middle of an operation. So if you're not doing any kind of exchange, it doesn't matter. It's not going to electrically damage your device, so it's safe to remove.
Gotcha.
When in doubt, use the function.
When in doubt. All right. Well, forgot one. It's not my tip yet. We'll get to that in a minute. However, you should always use a phone charger supplied by the manufacturer. True or false?
That's a definite false. You don't have to. A lot of the manuals will have some sort of statement that says only use a factory approved charging device. You don't have to buy the ones that they supply. There's a lot of good suppliers out there. Your phone doesn't know what charger it's that you have hooked up to it. Having said that, though, they're not all created equal. You don't want to buy just on price. Some charge faster, some provide cleaner power, some last longer. So, but you can go shop around. Just make sure that it says it is it's certified to be used with your device.
Got it. Now we're up to my tip of the week. Today we're going to be talking about CRMs, which is customer relationship management software. And if you do not use one, I highly do recommend it. I know for myself, it has kept me very organized and keeps me honest to myself, actually, accountable to myself in the either daily or weekly or even monthly activities that you need to do. And because most businesses are created on relationships, you never just want to reach out to your customer when you are looking to sell something or there's a sale or, whatever. You want to keep up that relationship throughout. So it's a great tool. There are so many out there. One that we kind of use in the back end is Keep. And I had never heard of it before we, started with TeamLogic. So, but it's a great tool because you can add tasks and you can add campaigns and, there's so many different touches that you can do with your customers just to stay in front of them and keep that relationship going. Mm-hmm. So, my tip today is, search for the CRM that works best for you. A lot of them have free trials and you can check them out. Don't be afraid of a lot of them too, you can upload your customer database. And I would also suggest one that you can connect to social media if you do a lot on social media. Because they have, they work with social media for your campaigns and stuff like that. So I would definitely recommend, one that you can do that with. And it's just a great tool to keep things organized. So, there's so much to do. And, it's just another tool to help you stay organized.
Yeah. One of the things, my career has been a lot of sales. And one of the things I always look for in a CRM was the ability to take and add, define groups based on product, based on needs, based on industry, based on whatever, and be able to assign contacts to those groups. The beauty of that is when, many of you have been in this situation, a great article comes out. It's like, wow, there's a bunch of customers that would enjoy it. Maybe it was IT security in medical providers. Yeah. If in my CRM, if I have a medical providers group, then I can send that. Or something that happened over the weekend is the government just released over the weekend a security patch for servers, and highly recommended that that patch be implemented for security reasons. And so, now you're scrambling of, okay, well, who has a server, who doesn't? Well, you could have a group of people who have servers.
Yeah.
Now, we went and automatically over Saturday, we updated our customers, but there's a lot of customers who may not have known about it. So that to me is a differentiator. But you're right. There's a ton of them out there. You got to look at what needs you need for your business and do it from there.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
All righty, Wayne. I think you have a tip too, don't you?
I do. Kind of in line with the cloud, and so many of our websites are in the cloud these days. Most sites offer multi-factor authentication, MFA, two-factor authentication. Basically what that is, and we've all seen it at some point. If you don't know what it is, it's when it goes up and it gives you the 9 images and tells you find the ones with the buses in it, and you have to click on the ones. That's an example of multi-factor. So it's an additional security measure. Could be a text to your phone, could be a email to your email account. It could be, there's all sorts of ways. Might be authenticator application. Microsoft has one. So there's a lot of ways to do that. If it's an important site, if it's a bank account, maybe it's your QuickBooks account, whatever it is, if it's important, go ahead and enable the option to do it. It's a little inconvenient. It's an extra step, but when it comes to security, it's well worth it. So if it's worth protecting, take the extra step.
Very good. All righty. I don't show any questions at this time. So what you got for next week?
We're going to try that VoIP thing again.
Yes.
We're going to, unfortunately, our guest had a conflict and he couldn't come. So that's why we shifted to this. But we are excited to bring that next week because VoIP phones affect almost everybody these days. And so there are hundreds of them out there, and what differentiates them? That's what we're going to cover.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thanks for joining us today. That wraps up our Tech Talk Tuesday for today. We hope you guys have a fabulous week, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you. Bye now.
Bye-bye.